Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, June 21st, at 3:57 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 547 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Burtukan Mideksa, Ethiopia's electoral board chairperson. Parul Kakar, the Indian stay-at-home mom trolled for poem on COVID. Royal Caribbean sails first simulator cruise ship from Miami, as industry set to restart. McDonald's to hire 20,000 staff and open 50 outlets. U.S. borders with Mexico and Canada will remain closed through July 21st, DHS says. COVID, Brazil hits 500,000 deaths amid critical situation. SF Walgreens shoplifter suspect arrested. Rubio pushes for new China sanctions amid questions over coronavirus lab leak theory. Shell shock, investigators recover 42,000 pounds of stolen pistachios in California. South Africa gems that sparked rush are quartz not diamonds. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. American Airlines canceling hundreds of flights through mid-July in part due to labor shortages, CNN. Chalk guarantees 76ers Game 7 win versus Hawks, inside the NBA 2021 NBA playoffs, House of Highlights. Walmart deals for days 2021, the 18 best deals we've found, Wired. Watch, astronauts install new solar panels during 6-hour spacewalk, wife Greenville. Clippers vs Suns score, takeaways, Devin Booker's triple-double lifts Phoenix past Los Angeles in Game 1, CBSSports.com. As COVID-19 wave begins to flatten in India, new deadly illness poses a challenge, CBS News. Pride parade crash that killed one, injured another was tragic accident, police say, NBC News. Brooke Lopez slapped Nets logo at midcourt after Bucks Game 7 win, New York Post. Claudette downgraded to tropical depression, will strengthen as it nears East Coast, NPR. Weekend gun violence shakes gatherings in cities across U.S., NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard hits top mark at box office. Paul Walker's daughter honors late father at Fast and Furious movie premiere. Deadly Pride parade crash was not intentional, officials. Will Smith to go full wordsmith with new memoir. Remains of 10 Native American kids to be disinterred from ex-boarding school. Official, 10 killed in Alabama crash likely due to storm. VA moves to offer gender confirmation surgery to vets. Big Sur Willow fire roars to 2,000 acres, completely uncontained. Senator Ron Johnson met with chorus of boos at Milwaukee Juneteenth celebration. Mike Pence privately praised official who unloaded on Trump on Charlottesville, book. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Cyclists complete Remember the Removal ride. Officer and K9 help rescue missing man. Firefighter, captain left crew in burning building. Officer shot, suspect killed in shootout at home. Children witness fatal road rage shooting. Deputy's wife, daughter injured in home invasion. MLB player personally apologizes to 6-year-old fan. Northeast State Patrol trooper sent to help at TX border. Couples produce business grew gradually, continues to flourish. Commander retires after years of service. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Yang and Garcia, a team up again on last day of early voting in New York City. What it's like to work in 115-degree weather in Phoenix. Jon Rahm wins the US Open, his first major championship. We're not back to normal, but New Yorkers savor reopening weekend. Adams clashes with rivals on last weekend of mayoral campaign. In rift with Biden, a dramatic show of force by a conservative Catholic movement. French far-right is dealt a setback in first round of regional elections. Liz Cheney's unlikely journey from GOP royalty to Republican outcast. U.S. preparing more sanctions against Russia, Sullivan says. Enrique Balaos, former president of Nicaragua, dies at 93. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Mike Pompeo, Iran is not a regime we should be engaged with. 1987 Buick GNX muscle car sold for record $275,000. Jon Rahm captures U.S. Open title. Secure border an indispensable prerequisite to immigration reform, Gowdy. Long Grand Slam in 10th, Mariners sweep Rays in 4-game set. Padres beat Reds 3-2 behind Myers, Lamet, for 4-game sweep. CNN shredded for misleading headline about GA voter roll purge, this is journalistic malpractice. U.S. Open male streaker takes a swing on course before tackled by police. Dyson double caps 10-pitch AB, Royals top Red Sox 7-3. Al Sharpton and other black leaders attack Maya Wiley's diversity record. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, June 21st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Matt Hancock plans to scrap isolation for vaccinated people who come into contact with COVID cases. 1 million COVID vaccines were booked over weekend in summer sprint to get over 18s covered. Dominic Lawson, how gulling we won vaccine race but Germany has still beaten us to the Sun Loungers. Angelina Jolie visit refugees in Burkina Faso. Catalytic converter theft soar due to rocketing value of precious metals they contain. Fewer than 1 in 200 Amber List travelers test positive for COVID on their return, figures show. Police make arrests as locals say they are scared after 1,500 travelers descended on showground. What changes will be made to COVID lockdown restrictions on June 21st? COVID jabs will be offered to 16 and 17-year-olds before schools return in September. Download Festival is 100% evidence that big music events can take place safely. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Lotteries as public health incentives began before COVID-19. Russia's ambassador, recalled over spat, returns to U.S. Armenian PM's party far ahead with partial election results. Israel struggles to restore vaccine swap deal after Palestinians reject doses for being too old. French far-right falls short of expectations in elections but could still win a key region. Libya's interim government reopens Mediterranean highway. Ugandan Olympian tests positive for virus upon arrival in Japan, the first detection as athletes head to Tokyo. American student found dead in Russia after texting mom, I hope I'm not being abducted. At least 18 killed in violence near US-Mexico border. Israeli PM, world powers must wake up on Iran nuclear deal. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. U.S. Open, Jon Rahm wins first major with surge on dramatic final day, Live. International Space Station astronauts complete 6-hour spacewalk to install solar panels. 9 children die in Alabama crash as tropical storm Claudette sweeps south. Bracing -2°C, expeditioners in Antarctica mark winter solstice 2021 with icy polar plunge. Sea change, Prada show celebrates post-COVID re-emergence at the beach. Democrats' domestic agenda faces setbacks by Republican obstructionism. Florida Pride Parade crash that killed one appears unintentional, officials say. Slap in the face for Macron as French voters shun local elections. Matteo Pessina ensures Italy top group but 10-man Wales go through in second. Raisi's election victory raises difficulties as Iran nuclear deal talks resume. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Horrible tragedy, crash kills 10 in Alabama, including 9 kids. Hot air balloon crashes near Denver, 3 injured, authorities. Fugitive in triple killing turns himself in. 1 killed and 5 wounded in shooting in Oakland, motive sought. American Airlines cancels hundreds of flights amid staffing, maintenance issues. Video shows California deputy kicking suspect in head. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. French court dog helps soothe anxious victims of crime. Joe Biden, my surprise claim to be the U.S. president's English cousin. North Korea's attempted $1 billion bank hack. Usain Bolt welcomes newborn twin sons Thunder and St. Leo. South Korea, swapping Seoul megacity isolation for village life. France regional election, Macron and Le Pen fail to make ground, exit poll. Deadly Florida Pride Parade crash not intentional, police say. U.S. Navy uses 40,000 pounds explosive to test warship in full ship shock trial. Alabama storm, 9 children and 1 adult killed in crash. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Tragic accident, deadly Pride Parade crash in Florida appears unintentional, officials say. Brisson Christian case, multiple arrests made in Detroit freeway shooting death of 2-year-old. Arizona reports spike in cases and deaths, full-blown third wave surges in Africa, latest COVID-19 updates. 12 dead in Alabama due to Claudette, including 9 children in multi-vehicle crash, storm to strengthen on way to East Coast. There was a $500K reward in alleged road rage shooting of Aiden Leos in California. Will it be paid? 1 dead, 1 seriously hurt after driver crashes into crowd at Pride Parade in Florida. Teen thought he'd miss his high school graduation. His Waffle House family wouldn't let him. West's drought has no end in sight. If we do nothing, it's going to be really bad. Rural Oregon's movement to join Idaho has momentum but little hope of success. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Burglar breaks into Bel Air home, swims naked in pool and kills 2 parakeets. Hotline set up for information on pair charged in road rage killing of Aiden Leos, 6. 2 brothers set record for longest highline ever walked in Yosemite National Park. After week of record heat, here is what Southern California can expect in coming days. What covering hundreds of homicides taught me. Few police agencies have given LA prosecutors the names of dishonest cops. South LA's Lamert Park honors Juneteenth with a bustling festival and a reopened park. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, June 21st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. WHO accused of sexism for suggesting women of childbearing age shouldn't drink. Macron faces crushing defeat in local elections, exit polls show. National Security Advisor, U.S. preparing more Russia sanctions over Navalny poisoning and imprisonment. Armed settlers open gunfire at Palestinians west of Nablus. Iran's Seoul nuclear power plant undergoes emergency shutdown. North Korea attempted to hack South Korea's nuclear think tank, lawmaker says. Cuba encouraged by early efficacy results of homegrown COVID-19 vaccine. Body found of armed Belgian anti-vaccine fugitive, suicide suspected. Oil firm led by Tory donor investigated over alleged bribes in 9 countries. UN blasts world leaders for failing to seal $72 billion year deal on climate. Coronavirus Brazil passes 500,000 COVID-19 deaths as experts warn of worse ahead. Japan urges Europe to have stronger military presence in Asia to counter China. More than 100 celebrities, prominent Canadians ask BC Premier to preserve remaining old-growth forest. Large amounts of mercury discovered in Greenland's glaciers. Minors accuse guards at Libya detention center of sexual assault. The next headlines are from Forbes. 2021 NBA playoff bracket, schedule, start time, odds, Game 7 predictions for 76ers vs Hawks. Canada won't fully open border with US until vaccinations nearly quadruple. K-pop group Twice, Polo G, Maroon 5 and Migos debut new albums inside the Billboard 200's top 10. The best new movies to stream on Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Disney Plus and Apple TV this week. Brock Lesnar reportedly in talks for a WWE return. Iran nuclear talks stall as officials warn time is on nobody's side. Tropical depression Claudette kills 12, including 10 children. Cricket's beleaguered boss Manu Sani says he is the victim of a witch hunt. The Walking Dead Season 11 synopsis and first photos reveal the beginning of the end. Thousands tune in as astronauts install a new solar array on the International Space Station. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,713,179,583 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Godzilla vs. Kong finally crosses $100 million at the domestic box office. Vivendi sells 10% stake in Universal Music Group to Bill Ackman's Pershing Square. A Quiet Place Part 2 makes noise on Korea box office debut. Darren Star talks filming abroad for Emily in Paris and teases new series Uncoupled at Monte Carlo TV Festival. Box office, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard takes top spot from A Quiet Place 2. Dave Chappelle closes out Tribeca Festival with surprise concert at Radio City. Evil creators Robert and Michelle King break down the aftermath of murder in Season 2 premiere and why COVID wasn't written into the show. Succession's Nicholas Brown coaches Emilia Jones to star in Cat Person, from Studio Canal, Imperative. Richard and Demi White's Rap Quarantune's Zoom series with 5R, for Hanky Farewell. Manchurian Tiger takes top prize at Shanghai Film Festival. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Claudette downgraded to tropical depression, will strengthen as it nears East Coast. A 15 vehicle crash on an Alabama highway has left 9 children dead. Enthusiastic amateurs advance science as they hunt for exotic mushrooms. Juneteenth brings joy, a new Tubman Museum and questions of the future. A driver crashed into the crowd at a pride parade in Florida, killing 1 man. This time, rights groups might be less willing to champion Aung San Suu Kyi. How many dads does it take to screw in a light bulb? Father's Day by the numbers. Life-threatening flash flooding rises in Claudette's path. Netanyahu to leave Prime Minister's residence by July 10. The following headlines are from the week. Member of Uganda's Olympic team tests positive for coronavirus. GOP's Portman calls Manchin's voting reform compromise a federal takeover of election system. Did Putin get exactly what he wanted out of Biden summit? Sanders says he won't back bipartisan infrastructure bill if it includes higher gas tax, electric vehicle fee. Former Afghan president says country will be better off without U.S. military. DeSantis edges Trump in new 2024 straw poll. Why Pope Francis probably isn't worried about U.S. bishops' vote on communion guidance. 7 brutally funny cartoons about the Biden-Putin summit. Looking beyond the college degree. The future of drone warfare. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers find a blinking star near the center of the Milky Way. Apollo 17 astronauts brought home samples from the oldest impact crater on the moon. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, June 21st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Northernmost sunset on June solstice. The secrets of noctilucent clouds. Is Darth Vader wearing a spacesuit? Sun enters Gemini on June 21st. World best dads, bullfrog protects tadpoles. The next news is from Politico. German government agrees to ban Hamas flag after anti-Semitic incidents. George Floyd's murder transformed America. France's Macron faces crushing defeat in local elections, exit polls show. Sanders won't back infrastructure deal with more gas taxes, electric vehicle fees. Iowa poll shows drop in support for Grassley. Fiona Hill, we need to see if Biden-Putin meeting leads to serious cyber talks. U.S. failed in Afghanistan, former president says. Justices don't vote the way you expect them to, Christie says. Graham to Biden, if you want an infrastructure deal of $1 trillion, it's there for the taking. Unclear if Iran's election will change nuclear talks, Jake Sullivan says. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, NSW COVID-19 cases continue to grow as restrictions implemented across Sydney. Robert Smith defamation trial delayed as former Solider takes COVID-19 test. Best of Cartoons, June 21, 2021. Walsh will get the job done for Queensland, says Green. Takeover Target World to sell U.S. business for $2.9 billion. Weeks after COVID-19 diagnosis, Jon Rahm wins U.S. Open. So far behind it's not funny, Merlino takes swipe at national vaccine rollout. Wall Street still hasn't figured out how to make much money in China. Weightlifter selected for Tokyo, will be first transgender athlete to compete at Olympics. Chief Health Officer Jeanette Young to be Queensland's next governor. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. What's worth streaming? Here's everything coming to Amazon Prime Video in July 2021. What's worth streaming? Here's what's coming to Hulu in July 2021, and what's leaving. The Wall Street Journal, American Airlines trims some flights to relieve potential strain on operations. Newswatch, Art's favorite Al being higher at the end of 2021 and 125 years of history supports this. Mutual Funds Weekly, these money and investing tips are timed for a bull market that looks short on time. Buy this, not bad, you can now get an annual Sam's Club membership for under $20. Where should I retire? I want to retire in a liberal-thinking area on $3,000 a month, including rent. Where should I go? 5 smart ways to shift your investments as the Fed gets ready for a big move. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Apple settles it. The CAFC is suffering from a prolonged version of Alice in Wonderland syndrome, IPWatchdog.com. Patented inventions may infringe existing patents. Newsletters, International Law Office. India's vaccine woes could end with compulsory licensing, the federal. Love Tales number 3, Tesla and the Pigeon, Times of India. The next headlines are from Quartz. Climate models predicted heat waves like America's record-breaking weekend. Dress shoes are back, sort of. How to keep people feeling socially connected across distances and time zones. How to create an inclusive hybrid working environment. How to hold better meetings in a hybrid workplace. 17 principles for a successful hybrid workplace. Corrected, John Kerry in Egypt, and bonus climate coverage. Crypto regulation in South Africa, John Kerry in Egypt, stereotypes and images. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Yellowstone Season 4 release date. Prime Day 2021. Nick Cannon. Hell in a Cell 2021. Brendan Fraser. Italy vs. Wales. Islanders. F1. Summer Solstice 2021. Del Padre. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. St. Louis couple who confronted BLM protesters surrender their guns to the state, then buy new AR-15. Ronaldo to take $10 plus loss on Trump Tower apartment in New York after fans pressured him to disassociate from Bad Orange Man. Fatal truck incident at Florida Pride Parade was tragic accident, not criminal attack, police. Anti-Fed rancher Ammon Bundy running for governor of Idaho to fight Joe Biden and the deep state. Shootings in Mexico. US border town leave at least 18 dead as mass crossings and crime spike forced Texas to launch security crackdown. Italian stallions, inform Italy send another warning to Euro 2020 hopefuls as they storm into knockout stages. Heavy rains cause flooding and mudslide in Krasnoyarsk, one of Siberia's largest cities, videos. UEFA ends investigation into rainbow armband worn by Germany captain Neuer amid backlash from LGBT campaigners. Baku and bust, Turkey trolled, again, after abysmal Euro 2020 campaign ends with defeat against Switzerland. Russian ambassador returns to U.S. just days after Putin-Biden summit, as Washington teases possible new sanctions against Moscow. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Just blind chance, the rising call for random selection for college admissions. Petitions to keep Bezos from returning to Earth next month signed by over 45,000 people. Why Americans overwhelmingly reject critical race theory. Powell just launched $2 trillion in heat-seeking missiles. Zoltan explains how the Fed started the next repo crisis. Homelessness is becoming a crisis of epic proportions in the U.S. 10 recent examples of Biden blowing up at reporters. The rage is back. Why net zero is a suicide mission for Canada. Powell just made a huge error. What the market's shocking response means for the Fed's endgame. Cars on U.S. highways hit record age, may unleash repair boom. Manufacturing, new normal, reality. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Chile to begin drafting new constitution next month. Deadly U.S. Pride Parade crash appears unintentional, officials. Afghan President Ghani to meet Biden as violence surges. Iran's only nuclear power plant undergoes emergency shutdown. Are African nations doing enough to curb COVID-19? UEFA to investigate discrimination at Hungary's Euro 2020 matches. Israeli PM says Raisi win a wake-up call over Iran nuclear deal. Cuba encouraged by early efficacy results of COVID-19 vaccine. 12 dead as tropical storm Claudette lashes southeast U.S. The era of us Russia resets is over. The next headlines are from Breitbart. House Republicans, Biden diverting funds from Americans to give hotel rooms to illegal aliens. Boy raises $13,000 to help girl battling cancer get service dog. Report, Democrat-run Baltimore, San Francisco saw largest population declines in first months of pandemic. Rental Nation, depriving Americans of home ownership could be a good thing, economist says. Illegal alien in custody on $1 bail after allegedly raping 82-year-old woman. Shocking, anti-Israel activists in NYC call for violent intifada, revolution, Israel's demise. Twice deported illegal alien pleads guilty to manslaughter in death of Florida police officer. Watch, man who jumped from bridge to rescue toddler honored with Thunderbird flight. Crisis PR experts, Chrissy Teigen's apology won't reverse meltdown from abusive behavior scandal. Watch, cop fired over video mocking LeBron James offered job on Live TV. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Seniors are now texting grandchildren as a way to bond, after learning the skill in lockdown, survey. COVID cases, deaths, and hospitalizations are plummeting toward zero in most of the U.S. Invasive rats were finally eradicated on 2 Galapagos Islands thanks to drone partnership. 5 million years of climate change found preserved in one location. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, June 21st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. 42,000 pounds of missing pistachios leads to possible illegal pistachio operation. Digital artist reinvents the Mona Lisa with cool, but creepy, results. Log rolling with birds, Nova Scotia lumberjack takes orphan crows under his wing. Customer finds 7-foot gator inside Florida post office. Logan Paul is confident he can beat Mike Tyson because he's old. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. This massive 130-hour training collection can turn you into a skilled ethical hacker. Curiosity Stream is a treasure trove of fascinating documentaries and series, now at 20% off. We collected 84 million tweets about the pandemic. Here's what we learned. Amazon comes for Netflix's throne with $8.45 billion MGM purchase. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New technique allows for identification of potential drugs to fight resistant bacteria. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, June 21st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Over 60% of eligible Utahns have at least one vaccine dose, but July 4th goal of 70% appears unlikely. Morgan Canyon fire was caused by a small plane crash that killed 2, fire investigators say. The 2020 to 2021 Jazz were brilliant but immutable, and will need more versatility to contend next season. Opioid abuse up during pandemic, expert tells Utah County. Long lines revive push for new system at Utah National Park. Utahns participate in Juneteenth events, feel federal designation a step in the right direction. Once endangered June sucker downgraded to threatened status amid $50 million Provo River Delta restoration. 9 fires burning across Utah, including 2 new ones. Nearly 52% of Utahns ages 12 plus fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Scott D. Pierce, Jen Shah is a Real Housewives of SLC star, and her legal woes will take center stage in Season 2. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. A real estate mogul will spend $100 million to fix social media using blockchain. Report, hackers breached more U.S. water treatment plants. As lockdowns end, some want to continue working from inside their vans. Google's no-click searches, good or evil? Ring once gave free cameras to 100 Los Angeles police officers. What happened when an entire town went full crypto? mRNA companies are now testing cancer-fighting vaccines. Interns email goof at HBO Max inspires hundreds to show support on Twitter. NASA struggles to fix failure of Hubble Space Telescope's 1980s computer. The U.S. Navy's plans for a railgun are finally dead. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Father's Day frivolity across St. Louis. Illinois governor signs voter access plan that moves primary. Wainwright pitches three-hitter, Cards top Braves 9-1 in opener. 7-day COVID positivity rate jumps nearly 3% in over a month. St. Louis police fail to report crime data for months. Amber Alert canceled after 2 children found safe from Missouri suspect who shot mom. MSD crews respond to overflows after widespread power outages in the Chesterfield area. Strong storm chances return Sunday night along with a cold front. Voluntary water boil advisory, water conservation order remain in place as St. Peter's water system recovers following power outage. Ameren continues work to restore power after Saturday evening's severe storms. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Sheriff's Department searching for missing Valley Center boy. East County vegetation fire grows to 425 acres, 25% contained. Downside of ditching masks, return of winter-like viruses, especially in kids. What are the most popular smart home devices? News now, several brush fires keep crews busy under dry conditions. San Diegans celebrate Juneteenth in Logan Heights. Gas lamp quarter ready to host Father's Day. Driver crashes into crowd at Pride Parade in Florida, 1 dead. DeChambeau within reach of second straight U.S. Open. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Netflix's Umbrella Academy, all the new Season 3 cast members, Cinema Blend. Sure found, GPS tracker for the bike, backpack, suitcase or family, market research telecast. Father Demetrios, the Orthodox monk who is a British spy. Chinese spy master Dong Jingwei defects to the West while offering COVID secrets. Could DNA solve mystery of dead MI6 spy found naked in padlock bag? Peloton fixes a bike flaw that could allow a malicious person to access your tablet, Illinois News Today. 10 things that don't make any sense about the Daniel Craig James Bond movies. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, June 21, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Officials, deadly Pride Parade crash appears unintentional. Crews hike to remote area to battle wildfire near Big Sur. Evacuations underway as grass fire threatens homes in Pinole. Father's Day 2021, send us your most memorable photos with Dad. Trump cowboy seeks second act in politics after Capitol breach. Man to run entire length of U.S. for mental health awareness. Mountain Winery announces eclectic 2021 concert series. The precursor of Father's Day was inspired by a tragic accident. 7th victim of Lake Merritt shooting shows up at hospital. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Rahm wins US Open for his first major title. Wisdom wins extended battle, Cubs finally shut down Marlins. Liberty hold on to beat Sparks in WNBA celebratory matchup. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard hits top mark at box office. Golden Knights GM self-isolating after positive COVID test. Chile admits violation of virus protocols at Copa America. A hero to our world, Fritzie Fritschall, Auschwitz survivor from Buffalo Grove, dies at 91. Kerry Board approves downtown plan with outdoor plaza, opportunity sites. One dead, one injured in Prospect Heights crash. Grays Lake man, 34, critically injured when struck by car near Volo. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. 5 out of top 10 best towns for single dads are in the Pacific Northwest. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Claude at 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands, New Zealand June 20, 2021, 1724 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.3 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands, New Zealand June 20, 2021, 1705 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Dolores 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, June 21st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Cheesesteak Madness Tournament, picking Delco's best cheesesteak. Mother and daughter killed, officers shoot boyfriend at West Houston apartment. Wanted suspect shot after exchange of gunfire with SWAT officers. Rain chances rise Monday night with rare June front. Your guide to purchasing a good window AC this summer. Road rage, children watch as driver is shot during W. Harris Company road rage incident. Lake Jackson to remain under boil water notice due to drop in water pressure. Man charged after allegedly committing fraud in high-end vehicle purchases. There wasn't a dry eye in the building. 9/11 firefighter with ALS enjoys daughter's wedding day. Andrea Yates, 20 years since the tragedy that shocked the nation. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Booker has first triple-double, Suns beat Clippers 120-114. Flores homers twice, Giants rout Phillies 11-2. Dyson double caps 10-pitch AB, Royals top Red Sox 7-3. Padres beat Reds 3-2 behind Myers, Lamet, for 4-game sweep. The latest, Rahm moves into US Open lead with birdie on 18. Long Grand Slam in 10th, Mariners sweep Rays in 4-game set. Larson romps to yet another victory for Hendrick Motorsports. Vogelbach single lifts Brewers over Homer Happy Rocky 7-6. 8 kids and youth van among the 13 lives lost to Claudette. Armenian PM's party far ahead with partial election results. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Adams' campaign receives pushback after calling Garcia-Yang alliance voter suppression on final day of early voting. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Top takeaways from final NYC controller debate. The Yang campaign knows who voted early and the Board of Elections says you can, too. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Sustainability solution or climate calamity, the dangers and promise of cryptocurrency technology. Education cannot wait for refugee children in crisis, says Yasmin Sharif. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. 1 dead, 6 injured after truck plows into Florida Pride Parade. Supreme Court sides with giant corporations Nestle and Cargill saying they cannot be sued in child labor case. Tabi, why has ivermectin become a dirty word? JP Morgan, Citigroup and Buffet ruled not fit to participate in huge European bond offering because of past crimes. Edelman PR and the manufacturing of trust. Joe Rogan slams effing terrible CNN hosts, everybody knows they're not real. Military-industrial quest to turn troops into invincible technomancers. America's soup-brained president says the U.S. never interferes in other countries' elections. Godfather of color revolutions, is George Soros the most dangerous man alive? The real reason we lock down the healthy. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Officials, deadly Pride Parade crash appears unintentional. Is a turtle shell really modified ribs? Were some slave owners paid reparations by U.S. government when slavery ended? 15 months later, Radio City reopens with Dave Chappelle. Diplomats, progress made in Vienna at Iran nuclear talks. Bandit responsible for vehicle break-ins is a black bear. No, pimple-popping videos were not banned on YouTube. Official, crash, likely due to storm, kills 10 in Alabama. Was the largest dinosaur tibia on record found in Illinois? U.S. sends Taiwan 2.5 million vaccine doses, tripling pledge. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The race to replace Liz Cheney is a Trump sideshow. Why you shouldn't be so quick to judge rappers for their bling. CNN Stelter, why isn't Fox News defending Tucker Carlson's wild FBI claims? Bernie Sanders says bipartisan infrastructure bill is mostly good. Prince Charles will reportedly never let Archie be a prince, deepening royal feud. This is the only bathing suit I've ever actually loved. How rainbows could boost your roof's solar power. Fast beauty might be cheap, it's also costing the earth. Braveheart's warped history keeps suckering evangelicals. OMG, I want that house, Gramercy Park, NYC. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Trump wishes a happy Father's Day to losers and rhinos. How Charles Schultz created his iconic Peanuts characters. John Rahm rebounds from COVID-19 fiasco to win U.S. Open. Bidenomics threatens to derail America's recovery from a year of COVID lockdowns. Eric Adams recalls kid's emotional damage in horrifying Bronx shooting. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Observe the Southern Hemisphere's greatest deep sky gems. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Using MRNA tech beyond COVID vaccines. How mRNA technology is altering vaccine treatments. New fossils reveal one of the largest land mammals ever found. How to watch the full strawberry moon, the last supermoon of 2021. Extreme heat wave and drought continues in the West. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. World's most premature baby, given 0% survival odds, celebrates first birthday. NYC mayoral candidates maintain frantic pace through final weekend before Democratic primary. Florida man threatened police chief's daughter at Starbucks over missing cream cheese. NYC Democratic mayoral primary may not be decided for weeks. Eric Adams campaign volunteer stabbed in Bronx, campaign says. Pride crash driver and victims were part of Florida Men's Chorus, the organization's president says. U.S. student and former Marine found dead after going missing in Russia, suspect charged with murder. Democrats' voting rights bill is a power grab, says SC Republican Graham. Afghanistan's former president deems U.S. invasion a failure. Biden did what he came to do, advisor says of president's meeting with Putin. The following headlines are from military.com. Explosion triggered near new U.S. Navy aircraft carrier during shock trials registered as 3.9 magnitude earthquake. Rocket falls near Iraqi base housing U.S. troops, no one hurt. AP interview, former president says U.S. failed in Afghanistan. Diplomats to meet in Vienna for more Iran nuclear talks. Soldier dad and son celebrate Father's Day with airborne jump. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Maryland graduate student killed in loop stabbing described as a brilliant criminology researcher. Severe thunderstorms, possible high winds, hail, tornadoes possible Sunday, forecasters say. 2 people killed, 6 injured in 8th vehicle crash in Will County. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson drowned out by chorus of boos during Juneteenth appearance in Milwaukee. Auschwitz survivor, Illinois Holocaust Museum President Fritzi Fritzl dies at 91. It's cicada season, ready for bulging red eyes, lots of screeching and a light dousing of sticky bug juice. 1 killed in Homan Square hit-and-run collision, Chicago police say. A Wisconsin family is using a rare legal process to bypass prosecutors who cleared a police officer in a fatal shooting. Woman killed, infant and teen in critical condition after traffic crash. Assailant emerges from park, fatally stabs Maryland woman on loop sidewalk, police say. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Take 2, spacewalking astronauts install new solar panel. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, June 21st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Ketamine might help alcohol addiction by rewiring the brain. 5 COVID-19 takeaways that changed medicine. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Pujols passes Ott for runs, Diamondback skid reaches 17. Rahm birdies last 2 holes to win U.S. Open at Torrey Pines. Tigers overcome Otani's 23rd HR, hold off Angels 5-3 in 10. Chlorine supplies are low in Pacific Northwest, but officials say shortage unlikely to affect water quality. Transgender weightlifter Hubbard selected for Tokyo Olympics. Shed Long's Grand Slam in 10th gives Mariners sweep of Rays. Ireland secures final spot for Tokyo Olympics men's rugby 7s. Vogelbach single lifts Brewers over Homer Happy Rocky 7-6. Flores homers twice, Giants rout Phillies 11-2. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Willow fire acreage and intensity grow in Big Sur Mountains of Monterey County. Crawford, Yström Sky, Flores blast homers, Long leads SF Giants past Phillies for series win. Body of 4th victim in NC tubing incident found. Taliban enter key cities in Afghanistan's north after swift offensive. Far-right falters as conservatives lead French regional vote. Bay Area TV sports, what to watch on Monday, Tuesday. Kansas officer critically hurt, suspect dead after shootout. A's lose to Yankees in rarest fashion, waste Sean Mannion. Witness tells of horror as truck rams into Arizona bike race. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Jon Rahm wins U.S. Open at Torrey Pines for his first major title. Anatoly Antonov, Russia's ambassador, returns to U.S. Obama BLM director, Tracy Stone Manning should withdraw over tree spiking incident. John Ratcliffe, Putin was 3-0 when it comes to pipelines versus Biden. Audit, Trump only completed 69 miles of wall system. Christian broadcasters claim year of advancement amid pandemic. Graham on lowering filibuster threshold, not going to be extorted. Top U.S. general warns of wildfire of terrorism across Africa. Schiff calls for new cyber rule to hold nations accountable for criminal cyber attacks. Inside the Beltway, U.S. ranked among least peaceful nations. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Recent COVID-19 spike in immigration detention was a problem of ICE's own making. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, June 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. COVID-19 leads to cognitive and behavioral problems in patients, new study reveals. Researchers explore microbial ecosystem in search of drugs to fight SARS-CoV-2. During COVID-19 pandemic, increased screen time correlates with mental distress. Pathogenic bacteria rendered almost harmless. Study evaluates potential causes of increased transmission in SARS-CoV-2 variants. Global standards to embed health and well-being into education system. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Jon Rahm wins U.S. Open for first major title. Wisdom's spark, stingy bullpen propel Cubs past Marlins. White Sox front office will do all they can before trade deadline, La Russa says. Astros give White Sox a good old-fashioned butt whooping. Man missing from Avondale. So you're saying there's a chance? SWAT team responds after woman shot in loop. Fritzie Fritschall, Auschwitz survivor who headed Illinois Holocaust Museum, dead at 91. 12 dead in Alabama crash due to Claudette, including 10 children. Javi Baez does Javi Baez things in Cubs victory against Marlins. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, June 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Yosemite Highliners claim record 2,800-foot airwalk from Taft Point, San Francisco Chronicle. Watch Jay Leno set 9.24s quarter-mile world record in the Tesla Model S Plaid, the ClassicCars.com Journal. Laid it on the line, Taggart Van Etten cuts short 100-mile world record attempt, Peoria Journal-Star. Andhra sets world record by vaccinating over 12.56 lakh people in a day, Outlook India. Now, Wisconsin father sets new push-up world record, WDJT. Shot put world record smashed by Ryan Krauser at U.S. trials, Balzairi. Not just punching data, JNU computer operator holds 9 Guinness World Records for typing skills, NDTV. Atlantic Highlands Elementary participates in world record attempt, New Jersey 101.5 FM. Former Nottingham Forest trialist equals world record, Nottingham Forest News. World records abound, 2021 World's Strongest Man Keg Toss results, Barbend. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Don't connect your iPhone to this Wi-Fi network. Ms. Marvel comic miniseries 2 hit shelves this September. Suicide Squad's King Shark was a pain in the ass for James Gunn. California launches website to help residents get digital vaccine record, insists it's not a passport. The award for the worst MMA dub of all time goes to Black Widow could be the first of many prequel films according to Kevin Feige. Thousands have signed an online petition for Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa. Texas power companies are remotely raising temperatures on resident smart thermostats. Facebook will clarify its satire exception for moderating content. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Almaty in Iran at 119.84 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 102.82 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 74.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Porsche will build a high-performance battery factory in Germany. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is the raunchy action comedy we need right now. Sweet Tooth Review, evidently The Walking Dead just needed a dear boy. Test out next-gen space tech in Kerbal Space Program. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Democrat Katie Hill ponders another run for Congress after ex-husband attacked her with revenge photos. The most shocking revelations in January 6 trials aren't coming from sentencing documents, reporter. Former GOP chair chuckles at how furious Trump will be when he learns Ron DeSantis beat him in straw poll. Facts revealed how Trump was able to spy on congressional Democrats' phone records despite Department of Justice safeguards, report. Final straw, priest warns Catholic bishops their parishioners are furious church is choosing Trump over faithful Biden. Progressive group celebrates Father's Day by calling out Fred Trump's greatest failure, Donald. Trump-loving lawyer Lin Wood laments his children won't talk to him anymore, but he'll still fight for Trump. Greg Abbott certainly stole border wall idea from me, GOP foe. Can you be a normal human being just once? Lauren Boebert bared over her pathetic Father's Day tweets. The future of Trump's legal problems could worsen after Tuesday, here's why. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. With new leaders in the U.S., Israel, and Iran, nuclear politics remain messy. How Merrick Garland acts like Donald Trump's lawyer. Have you ever seen the adorable pink fairy armadillo? No, it's amazing. Biden's climate plans are colliding with Trump's judiciary. Ammon Bundy announces run for Idaho governor. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The UFO report won't change minds, but maybe it should. Milford Daily News. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Vedic learning helps brain heft, boosts functioning of lungs, study, Times of India. Hybrid assistive limb functional treatment, IMCRJ, Dove Medical Press. Training your brain to be happier columns WVNews.com, WV News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, June 21, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Another pilot, Alex Dietrich, who engaged the Tic Tac UFO, details the events with skeptic Mick West. UFOs and national security threat say lawmakers after briefing. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, June 21, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.